take to make sushi? 2!
Stump Kitchen, gluten-free vegan eats, stumptastic treats.
So quickly, I'm just gonna go over the who, what, why, when, how, the basics. Can you tell me a bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Alexis. I use she, her pronouns. I've lived in Edmonton all my life. I was born missing my left hand. I'm a mother of a little, almost 2-year-old, and my partner Allison and I live here in Edmonton. I'm a huge choir nerd, and particularly for my job, I mostly do content creation for my YouTube channel called Stump Kitchen, and I do a lot of outreach and work with families and kids with limb differences, similar or different to mine. And I just love talking about, inclusivity and accessibility and all that kind of stuff as well. So that's a little bit about me.
Hello, welcome to Stump Kitchen, baby edition. I'm going to show you how I put Joven in a Moby wrap. You want to go into wrap? Oh, I'm also doing this with one hand because I was born with one hand.
Great. So you already mentioned Stump Kitchen. So can you tell me what Stump Kitchen is and when you started it?
Yeah, so it came about by accident in about 2016, I think. I had just become a full vegan after being vegetarian, and I had a gluten intolerance diagnosis. And I was like, oh, I got to cook for myself because, this is kind of a tricky diet to kind of cater to. But I hadn't really been in the kitchen much, and I was nervous because, you see like on the Food Network and stuff and cooking channels, all this like perfection. And so I was like, oh, can I do that? I don't know. But I started with some really easy recipes, and I found after a while my body was like taking on this natural approach to cooking where I was using my stump, which is what I call my arm, as a tool. So as like a juicer or a spatula or potato masher. And my partner, Allison, was like, that looks awesome. It looks really fun and embodied. Like, you should film that. And I was like, yeah, okay, great. So we worked together and we filmed the first episode.
The way that I use my stump as a kitchen tool is almost an invitation to the viewer to say, hey, look at this diverse body, look at this disability, look at this limb difference. Learn and look, it's okay. So giving people permission to look and to learn and to stare when in public it might be not acceptable. It's definitely not comfortable for me to deal with staring in public all the time. So when I put my body on screen, it's an invitation for people to look and to learn and to stare. And it's okay.
Yeah. I think when I first started, I didn't know what it would be or what kind of impacts it may or may not have. I think I first did it out of a kind of like a project in joy and self-love because, I was going through a rough time when it started, but watching myself on screen and editing my own footage, I was making myself laugh. And I was just like, heck, this is awesome. So I literally was doing it for me for the first like long time, just for me. And so it felt like this beautiful personal journey, I guess, where I was like falling back in love with my disability, like my limb difference again, where I had kind of forgotten it.
Okay, like that. Ends. But then I can't hold them both, so I usually leave one end open. But how? We're breaking a little bit here. God damn it! Oh!
You know what? This is rice wrap life.
But then on the same side, or on the flip side, the world around me, people watching the show would comment like, hey, like, I love that you swear in your episodes, or I love that you like don't wear a bra, or that you don't care if it's perfect, and like I love that you are showcasing this disabled body and representing disability in the kitchen and just like kind of showing the world what's possible. So the more and more I got into it, the more and more I realized that I was part of the conversation around changing the dominant disability narrative of like, oh, poor you can't do anything, or like just these negative stereotypes that Western culture imposes upon disability.
This
is my friend Molly. Hi. 2 stamps in the house.